All right. We have a lot going on, so let's not waste any time. Let's crack open these charts and see what's going on in the stock market today. All right, so obviously there's a lot going on in the news, and the first thing I want to show you is what I drew out what would likely happen in the NQ contract last week before we ever saw the unemployment data or before we ever knew there was going to be war in Israel. So that's what you're looking at on the screen right now. And then the next screenshot I'm going to show you is what actually happened after we had the unemployment and over the weekend going in today's price action. And then finally, I'll put them both on the screen so that you can see the prediction against the actual. And if that doesn't put it to rest that the market is not moving based on the news, it is moving based off the technicals, I don't know what will convince you otherwise. So it's very important you follow what the chart is saying and not try to change your trade plan based on what's currently going on and what are the most recent hot headlines in the news. So looking at SPY, we really have the same condition where we're bouncing from this very critical support at SPY 420, which I did tell you was a low risk long entry that was worth catching the falling knife. And now that we're getting this very powerful bounce, we need to start looking for the possibility of resistance here at the negatively sloping 20 daily moving average right around 433 and this resistance zone between 436 and the gap fill above 438. Now keep in mind what I said last week, there is the possibility even if we bounce all the way up to fill that gap, that could still be a lower high and we could still come back down to 420 to test it as a support yet again before we continue into this bull rally. Now, in order to get bullish and say, yes, this downtrend is over, the correction is ending, and we're going back into a bull trend, we eventually will need to see a higher low pullback that needs to resolve in a higher high breakout. And then we could say we're reversing the downtrend of lower highs and lower lows into higher highs and higher lows. So what I suggest you do is trade this range while we're in it, because right now we could be transitioning out of the downtrend, but we have no confirmation from the price action that that's the case. So there's no reason to get overly bullish that we're just going to rally out of the hole until we get more proof from the price action. So don't be afraid to lock your profits at resistance or raise your risk level from 420 up here to 427 or even 430. However you trade is up to you. It really doesn't matter. Just please make sure you're managing your risk from these critical levels, which means when we're in between zones and we're in between support and resistance, that's where you want to do the least amount of trading. Let the price action get closer to a risk level, so that way if you're shorting or going long, you have very well defined risk. So right now, the critical resistance that I see is going to be this negatively sloping 20 daily moving average, and then this resistance zone between 436 and 438. And the critical support zone remains all the way down here at 420. Although you could use the risk levels at 427 or 430. On the NASDAQ 100 triple Qs, we were up 0.51% today, and the triple Qs do have the higher low into the higher high, which you can clearly see with the higher low bounce off of 355, and then the higher high breakout was on the break above the 360s. So the only concern I have in the triple Qs is that we're retesting this breakdown in the trend line. So if this was a bearish breakdown below the trend line, and we're simply bouncing back up to the trend line to test it as resistance, this could be a lower high within a downtrend, which you could very easily see by the way I drew the arrows. So in order for me to get really bullish on the triple Qs, I would like to see the triple Qs holding above this 20 daily moving average, and I would like to see that turn the corner and go from a negative slope back into a positive slope, and then eventually break this resistance at 370. So I do believe the triple Qs are at a very important resistance between 367 and 370, because if we reject from 367, this is a very valid lower high before we go down towards 347 to 348. Obviously, that's going to require the break of this support right around 360 and the break of 355. So I do believe those are great risk levels for you bulls that want to stay long. In the Dow Jones, we were up 0.6% today, and the Dow Jones has officially reached the target, which was the resistance at 336. And if we go any higher than this, we're looking for resistance at the negatively sloping 20 daily moving average or 341. As I continue to tell you, these all could be lower highs before the next lower low. So trade accordingly, and if we get rejected from 336, that could be a short back down towards this support at 331, the next leg lower at 327, and then the gap fill at 322. If we break this resistance, we could easily run to 341, so do keep that in mind. On the Russell 2000 IWM ETF, we were up 0.58% today, and we continued the bounce from 170 because today we did break last week's high, and we did find resistance right around 174, which is exactly where we expect to see it. If we break through this resistance at 174, then we're looking for the run towards 179 and the gap fill just below 180. And if at any point we lose support at 170, it should be an impulsive sell-off down to 168. 164. On the ARKK ETF, we're up 0.38% today, and ARKK is not looking very impressive, but if it does break this high at 40, we should fill the gap below 41 and test that resistance right around 41.3. Any rejection from this negatively sloping moving averages could easily send us down to fill the gap at 36. On the VIX, we were up 1.43% today, but overall we continue to see the VIX crushing as it tries to break out above 20. And we really do need to see the VIX above 20 if we are going to get a more bearish scenario, because the VIX crushing from 20 is more in line with what you would see in a bull trend. On Bitcoin, we're currently down just over 1%, and Bitcoin is still above critical support at 27,000, and we're very close to having the full bull trend, but we cannot break that critical resistance at 28,000, so this is stuck between a rock and a hard place at 27,000 support and 28,000 resistance. The winner of this trend is likely going to be which one breaks first, so we're bullish above 28,000, and below 27,000 I would get risk off because we're likely coming back down to test 25,000. On Tesla stock, we were down 0.33% today, but Tesla did everything it needed to do, which was hold above this support and close above it at 255. If we break below 255, I would get more risk off because that means we could be coming down to 230. So manage your risk at that support level at 255, and if we break that, we're likely coming back down to the low 240s. If we break this resistance just above 261, then we'll likely go to the next resistance higher at 274, and then above that we go close the gap around 290. On Apple stock, we were up 0.85% today, and Apple is very close to a higher high breakout. It simply needs to break and close above 179 and fill that gap just below 181.5. If Apple can do that, we'll be looking for a pullback into a higher low and see if we can get another higher high to confirm a bull trend and to tell us this downtrend is over with. But if we do get a rejection from here, it's still possible this is a double top rejection and we could still fill the gap at 167. So jumping back over to the S&P 500, while we have had a very powerful 2-day bounce, we have done nothing to break out of the downtrend just yet. So this is going to require patience and discipline as you navigate between support and resistance to see whether or not we are still in the downtrend or if we're in the process of breaking out of it. Be unbiased and let the price action do all the talking, and as I always tell you, know both scenarios and then trade the one the price action is giving you. We're very close to knowing if the downtrend is over, but we don't have any confirmation that it is, so we trade accordingly and we don't get overly bullish while we are still in an existing downtrend. We are absolutely crushing this market on the Stocks Channel Discord and Bang Trade Alerts, and you can find out how to join either of those services by clicking on the links below. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market, and as always, I will see you in the next episode.